What's up 100% Chelsea, and welcome to another edition of the Top 5 show. On this occasion, we're talking Spurs. Now, Chelsea, I think Spurs fans would consider Chelsea to probably be Spurs' bogey team. I'm going to put my hands up and say, and I'm probably one of the few blue fans who admit this, don't hate me for this, it's just an opinion, I really rate Tottenham. Like, I'm not a fan or anything, you know, repping the blue right here. But I would say they're the second best team in London. I legitimately believe they are the better team than Arsenal now. Not in terms of their history or anything, but in terms of how they're currently performing, Spurs are a team on the rise, Arsenal are a team on the fall. Although, obviously, it's in my blue and white blood to fucking hate Spurs, I still respect them for the fact that they are very much a team on the rise, and Pochettino has got them playing very well as a unit. But, as I said, Chelsea should be considered very much to be Spurs' bogey team. And for this video, with Chelsea versus Tottenham right around the corner, I'm going to be looking at some of the top 5 facts and moments of this long-running rivalry between these two great London clubs. So here are my top 5 moments and facts of Chelsea versus Tottenham Hotspur. In at number 5 is that Shevchenko goal in the 2006-2007 FA Cup. Now, I'm going to put my hands up here again and say, for the first game, which was actually at Stamford Bridge, Spurs were apparently the better team. They were 3-1 up at one point. Chelsea managed to claw it back to 3-3 and take the game into a second leg. Now, in the second leg, my Blues showed up. Shevchenko is one of my favourite players of all time, which is why this is very much a personal choice. Granted, we never got the Shevchenko that was so famous and so feared of AC Milan, but he still got 1 or 2 good goals. I'm thinking especially of that his opening goal, which was against Liverpool in the Community Shield. I believe he got a very good free kick against Middlesbrough, but my favourite is this one against Spurs. The return leg at White Hart Lane. Chelsea dominated, and the goal, not just the finish, because the finish was fucking unreal. It was shades of the old Shevchenko. But the whole build-up, the way Chelsea won the ball back in possession, spread it out wide, Shevchenko cuts in, fires it into the top corner. It was vintage Andrei Shevchenko. Sean Wright-Phillips got the second goal, and Spurs, fair play to you, you got a consolation goal to make it 2-1. But Chelsea, on that day, were the better team, spearheaded by Andrei Shevchenko, who we always wanted him to come back. He never really did, but he still got one of his best career goals against Spurs. Thanks, Andrei. My 4th favourite moment is the 6-1 demolition of Spurs at White Hart Lane in 1997-98. Now, here's a fun fact. We are only the 2nd ever team to put 6 past Spurs at the lane. So, bit of dirt off your shoulder for that, because big up the Chelsea. A hat-trick from Tore Andre Flo, 1 from Mark Nichols, 1 from our Champions League winning manager Roberto Di Matteo, and 1 from our Romanian Dan Petrescu. It was very much a vintage Chelsea team, and it also highlights people who say that, you know, Roman bought us the trophy and, you know, we weren't anything before. Bullshit. We had some seriously good players before. Granted, other teams were better, which is obviously why we're on a different level now than we were then. But we were still a good team, and we could still put in performances on the day, and we could still beat teams 6-1. And when you're 6-1, let's just be clear, this isn't F the referee, this isn't a bad decision or 2 that's gone our way, this isn't a bad day in the office, this is a demolition derby. To beat one of our rivals 6-1 like that is joyful. I can't quite decide which I prefer more, the 5-0 against Arsenal, the 6-1 against Spurs. I'm going to say the 6-1 against Spurs. That's my 4th moment. My 3rd favourite moment is a recent one, and it's a good one. Now, I said openly at the beginning of this video, Spurs are a team on the rise. We're still better. Now, last year in the FA Cup is the moment I'm talking about, because my 3rd moment is that Matic wonder strike in the FA Cup semi-final at Wembley. Actually, on that note, we are playing Spurs at Wembley this weekend. That's what gives me hope on the back of this 3-2 loss to Burnley. Spurs aren't good at Wembley. Hopefully that changes and it provides a bit more of a competition. But you would think with that record Chelsea should win this Saturday. Anyway, getting back to this Matic goal, Spurs were good on the day, I have to say. 2 great goals from Spurs, but Chelsea, I'm sorry Spurs fans, let's just be realistic here. Chelsea were a class above on that day. That goal from Matic has got to go down as one of the greatest FA Cup goals ever. I know people are going to scream at me now, the comment section is going to explode, people are going to say, no, Ryan Giggs' goal. I didn't say the best, I said one of the best. And it is. It is one of the best goals. For a player like Matic, he's good, but to score a goal which was, you know, reminiscent of a Frank Lampard strike, I mean, well done, Nemanja. Well done, Nemanja. We shouldn't have sold him to Man United. Moving on, that's my point 3. My second favourite moment, this is a banter one. I'm sorry, this is going to rub some Spurs fans up the wrong way. Fuck it, that's what this video is for. It's the Battle of the Bridge. Now, this is the year where Chelsea did not show up. Everything went wrong for us. We finished 10th, yeah, whatever. Leicester and Spurs were the 2 teams vying for top position that year. Spurs had a chance until Chelsea came along and derailed everything. It was something insane. I believe there were 13 yellow cards in that game. Few fights broke out. Bad blood in that game. And the young boys of Tottenham, granted they've matured into young men now, but they lost their heads that game. And Chelsea, it was almost as if Chelsea were taking the piss that game. It was almost as if it was a kind of, you know, F you to rile them up and not let them win the league. You know, Tottenham did everything right that year. They really were a good team that year. Chelsea with a stumbling block once again. So the Battle of the Bridge, just because it prevented Spurs from winning the title, that goes back a long way now. I mean, it's rough being a Tottenham fan when you've got a team as good as you do and you haven't won the league yet. I mean, that's got to hurt. But Chelsea were the cause of you not winning the league. So I'm taking joy in that. Because I'm a Chelsea fan, I'm taking joy in that. That's my number 2. And my number 1 pick, this is a banter one and I love it. This is funny. It is the fact that Tottenham have not beaten Chelsea at the Bridge in the league for 26 years. Fun fact also, just to build on that, no team has scored more goals at home against the travelling Spurs. I believe it was 92 goals in total. No team has scored more goals against the travelling Spurs than Chelsea. So that again reaffirms what I was saying before. Not only are we your bogey team, not only have you not won against us in 26 years on our home ground, may that continue, but we've put 92 past you in that time. I mean, ow! Ow! I don't care who you are. I don't care if you're the most prideful fan in the world supporting Tottenham. Power to you. 26 years has got to sting. I mean, has got to sting. So those are my top 5 facts and moments versus Tottenham as a Chelsea fan. What are yours, guys? Please leave your thoughts in your comments below. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and follow 100% Chelsea across all social media. Be sure you tune in for my top 5 videos, as well as all of our match previews, reviews, the transfer show. We've got it all going on this channel, guys. So stay tuned, watch 100% Chelsea, and let's hope we get a good result against Tottenham at Wembley this coming Sunday. Also, if you want to see more of me, please be sure to check out my channel, The Silver Screen Dudes, where you can catch me doing all the latest movie reviews and a best and worst show every Wednesday, Friday and Sunday. And until next time, guys, from Nico Luro, see ya.